Welcome to Blonde Cards and Crafts. Let's make something together. Hello crafters, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome back if you're a subscriber. Today I'm going to show you how to make a box. It's going to be a 6.5 by 6.5 by 2 inch deep box. It was a request I had by one of my subscribers following on from a card I made, and I'll leave a link to that down below. It was a Love from Lizi card, and it's a 6 by 6 card, but when you open it up it's 17.5 inches by 6. So it's a really cool one. It has pop-up panels on it, and these all fold flat. So when you want to pop this in your card, you just close it like so, and it closes flat. So I showed you how to make this on a previous video, and I did mention and share in the pictures at the end the box that I made, and this is the box that I made for it. Because it's a special birthday, it's a 30th birthday card, I thought I'd make a little box for it so that Megan would have it, you know, as a keepsake, and it's nice to have a box for special cards. So like I said, this box is 6.5 by 6.5 and it's 2 inches deep, and I didn't have enough time on the last video with making the card to show you how to do the box, so I thought I would do that in a little video, and that way you can reference this video separately from the card video. So I'm going to flip the camera down now onto the desk, and I'll show you exactly what you need and how to make this box. So let's start with the top of our box. I'm using a light cardstock. It's about 180 GSM. These are A3 sheets that I get in my local, I'm in Ireland, so it's Mr. Price. So whatever you use, you will need to use something bigger than an A4 cardstock for this. So this piece measures 9.5 by 9.5, and we need to do some scoring on it. I'm going to score this at 3/4 of an inch on all 4 sides, and then I'm going to score it at 1.5 inches. Now you can do these each, you know, do all the 3/4 and then all the 1.5s, but I'm going to do the 2 at the same time. So I'm going to score first at 3/4 of an inch and then at 1.5. This is going to give us a reinforced box lid. And that just means that the side of this box is going to be nice and strong. Now for the base, I won't do that, but I'm going to add on the outside some embossed pieces. And so that'll reinforce that one. So you can see there, I'm just rotating it around and doing all 4 sides. And you're as well off to do it this way rather than coming over to 8 and doing it at 8 and 8 3/4. I just find it gives our center panel here will be 6.5 the whole way across. So we're going to do the same on this piece. This is 10 3/8 by 10 3/8, so it's just a little under 10.5, and the reason we do it this way is because we want the base to be a little bit smaller than our lid so that the two fit nicely together. So I'm going to score this at 2 inches on all 4 sides. Now again, I like to score at the 2 inches and rotate, because if we came over here and scored at 8 inches, we'd only have, it wouldn't actually be 2 inches wide. So that's why we rotate it around and we do it at 2 inches on all 4 sides. That means that when our box, then this piece in here, our square in here, is going to be less than 6.5. So you can see there I jumped the track. I'm not going to worry about that. I'll show you how we get rid of that now in a minute. All you need to do when you jump a track is just come onto the back side and using your scoring tool, just literally go over that line with your score tool. And that'll, it doesn't get rid of it, but it just pops it back out. I'm going to be putting panels on the side of this so you won't even notice it, but you can take your time and be more careful than what I have been here. So I'm going to remove my scoreboard now. We don't need that anymore. So we have our base and we have our top. Before I go any further, I want to show you what else I'm going to use. So to do the embossed sides, which I've got here, and the top, I've used this. It's a Love from Lizi embossing folder. You can use whatever you have in your stash. So this piece here measures 5.5 by 5.5 and it's embossed. Now you could put sides onto this. You can see here on the original box, I don't have any little panels on the side, but if you wanted to add a little strip of your coloured cardstock, you know, to finish it off, then you can use these pieces, and they're 6¼ by 1/2 inch, and they'll sit in there nicely on it. Now you don't necessarily need these because we've a reinforced lid here. So although I didn't do a reinforced lid on this one, doing these little strips would be really handy, but because this one is going to be reinforced, I thought I would show you how to do that. So you can either use them or not, it's up to you, but you'll need 4 if you decide to use them. I've also got 4 pieces of yellow cardstock, and these are, they're 6 1/8 by 1 3/4, and they're going to sit here on our box like that. Now the embossing folder, you'll see it here, it's just a little smaller. I think it would be nice if you have a bigger one, like there are 8 by 8 inches embossing folders. You've got your emboss the whole way, but I do like the way it has this edge to it. So that's the piece that's going to sit on there like so. And this is going to give strength to our side of our box as well. And then for a finish on the top of the box, you'll see here I have a little die cut label. These are from the Love from Lizi label dies. They came on the website October 23, and I just love these. They go up to a nice good size as well, and there's loads of dies. There's 14 dies in this set, so it's a really good one to have in your stash. So this piece will make my little piece for the top. I'm not going to embellish it the way I have here because I'm going to just keep that inside the box, and when I want to use the box, then I'll have the label ready for the top, and I can embellish that to match whatever card I'm putting inside. So they're all our pieces. Now we need to do some cutting, and I'm going to start with the top piece. I'm going to use my Fiskars soft grip scissors for this. So what we need to do with this is we're going to cut up on these squares here. So you can start on any side, and we're going to nice and neatly cut up past the first score line to the second one, and we're going to do that on these two here. And then I'm going to cut these two off, and I'm going to cut this one off. So we're left with this one little tab. And then I'm going to take a little wedge off each side. And that just means when we fold it all in, we'll have a nice neat edge on that. So I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to cut up to the second score line on both of these. Then I'm going to cut off this one. So 2 on the outside, and then the one here. And that leaves us with this one tab, and we're going to again cut a little wedge into that like so. So we'll rotate it around now the whole way, and we're going to do the same again. So cut up to the second score line. We're going to take this one off. We're going to take this one off. And then we're going to put a little wedge into this. Now, I'm also going to take a little wedge off this one. And that's going to help this sit in. So if we go back to this one here, it's this side. You can leave it there if you like, but I just find if we take a little wedge off this as well, it'll actually sit neater. So I'm going to go back around here now. We've this side done. So we're going to cut up past the first to the second. Again, past the first to the second. We're going to cut off this one. And then we're going to cut off these two. I'm going to put a little wedge in this one. And then I'm going to put a little wedge in our tabs. Like so. So that is our lid done. And then you're going to burnish all these score lines. You'll also need to fold your little tabs as well. So now this is the top of our box. What I like to do is these tabs here, where our little tabs are on each corner, I like to glue them down. And then what I'll do is I will tuck the tabs in here and then glue this one down on top. So when you look at the box lid from the inside, you won't see your tabs. It'll be lovely and neat. So you can use double-sided tape for this part. You can use liquid glue, whichever you like. Personally, I'm going to use my Collal Glue to glue down these long side tabs. So I'll put one in there. And I'll do this one as well. And then I like to give them just a little minute for the glue to catch. The Collal Glue takes, it's not like your quick grab glue. It takes about 20 seconds, 20 or 30 seconds for the glue to catch on that. So I'm happy with that now. Now I want to glue in my sides. So I'm going to fold down these little tabs. I'm going to add a little bit of glue on them. And then I'm also going to add some glue to this tab here. And I'm going to put some on the bottom as well. So now I'm going to bring these two sides up and I want to catch my tabs in underneath here. So I'm folding them in under. I hope you can see that there. So the tabs are hidden. Now I'm going to turn this down this way and I'm going to make sure I have a nice 90-degree there. And a nice 90 here, and then I can add some pressure onto my glue and give that time to catch. Now that's 3 sides of our box done, and now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to my tab here. You don't really need to because we're adding glue to our 2 tabs up here, but I just like to be sure. So once you're happy that you've got enough glue on, you can then fold your 2 tabs in and fold that tab over it. And you want to make sure you have a nice 90-degree angle there on that one and the same on that one. And then I'll pop it down and just add a little bit of pressure. Give my glue a chance to catch there. So you could use quick grab glue, might be, you know, it'll be a quicker grab, but I like to use the Collal because I feel that the Collal glue, when it dries really rock hard and it gives real strength to your project. So that is our lid. We've got our reinforced sides, our tabs are hidden, and that is lovely. Very happy with that. So now we can move on to the base. So the base now is more or less the same thing, but we've just got one score line that we're working with. So with this one, I'm going to come up from the bottom here and I'm going to cut nice and straight. And then I'm going to take a wedge out of this corner piece here. And I'm going to do the same on this side. And I'm keeping this rectangular piece nice and neat because this is what we'll see on the outside. So I'm literally cutting away the score line here when I do my little wedge there on my tab. So there's our two little tabs there done. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Now that we've that done, we need to burnish our score lines. So I'm going to do that there, and I'm also going to burnish my tabs. We'll do this one and this one and then this one. Now, so we're going to glue our tabs onto our sides like that, and that'll give us our box. And once we have that done, our lid then should sit nicely over the top. You can see it'll sit nicely over the top like that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add some glue onto my tabs here at the side. You can use whichever glue you like for this. I think I'm going to use my quick grab glue for this because we're literally just gluing down the tabs, so it doesn't matter whether our tabs have the Collal glue or just a regular glue. So I'm going to do these one at a time. I want to make sure that when I glue this down, I want this edge here to be nice and straight. And each time I do it, I'm going to just press down on that tab and give it a minute. So I'm going to do the same on this one and all of those little tabs. Now that we have that done, we can embellish our sides with our embossed pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and do that next. I'm going to add that on. Now to do this, I'm going to go back to my Collal glue because I know that's going to give the sides of my box strength. But again, you can use whatever you have in your stash and just decide whether you're going to use the embossed or debossed side. So I'm going to glue this piece down here. And there we go, there is our box. I'm going to keep my label as I said so I can embellish this later, whether it's a happy retirement or happy birthday or good luck or whatever. I can pop that onto the label and I'll keep that inside the box. My lid sits on lovely. It goes on and off really, really nice. I'm delighted with that. You could use a nice piece of ribbon and tie a nice ribbon on it to close it as well, would be lovely. And then inside we have some nice depth to our box. I have some lovely yellow tissue paper. I'm going to keep this in the box so that when I go to use it, I'll be able to use it. But you can see there we have a nice 2-inch deep box there that we can use for a nice card. You could pop a gift in here as well with your card if you wanted. I'm going to pop my little label in there. Our lovely box, a 2-inch deep box, and you can see it has been inspired by this one I originally done for Megan for her card. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and ding the bell so you don't miss another video from me. By doing these things, it costs you nothing and it helps my channel to grow. It lets YouTube know that you liked my video and that you'd like to see more, and it helps get my videos out there as well. So whether you're watching on your phone, a tablet or a TV, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. So that's it. I'm going to leave it there. The products I've used are down in the description. I leave links down there as well as links to the card that I made for Megan. So until next time, folks, thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye for now.